we originally bought this here in Montclair when Andrew was staying with me when we were rehearsing at SUNY. And then we were like, well, we need to get it to Boston. And I put Andrew in charge of figuring out how to get it there. And well, when he originally bought it back here in New Jersey, he was like, can I borrow your car? And I said yes. And then when he picked me up for rehearsal, it was attached to my car with twine and one rubber piece of, I guess, wire. And then we were like, well, it works. And it's traveled from SUNY Purchase then to Boston, and then to Boston, back down to Montclair. And the true trek is going to be getting into New York City. So, can I pass this one up to you, and we can tie that one on top? Or I don't think it's actually going to reach.
Oh, yeah,
Well, maybe actually, no, go ahead.
it'll be fine.
I don't think we even need one. You want one more?
That's no, we can't do it.
Okay. I think if we get this part super taut and we put it under this back thing, it'll be fine. It's going 15 minutes.
I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine with this. We don't even need the wire. This is just jank as fuck.
Lucien Theater Co. Jank as fuck.
Could you not take some occasion without giving? Speak. Is my poor heart for so a kinsman vexed?
Well, you have made a simple choice.
I was never with me for anything.
Is it truth? Or let them vote.
You ready? Let us go!
I think the thing that I have found so much excitement in and so much joy in as a young artist on this project is collaborating with fellow young artists and people that are in the same era of life as me.
I remember we had a conversation basically about the timeline. Do we give ourselves a year? Do we give ourselves XYZ? Boston was great for us. We specifically called it an exploratory lab. There was a lot of meetings about the language of that. We simply wanted to be able to put what we have in this moment, in that moment rather, I should say, on its feet, give it to audiences. Yes, it's a full show, but it is us as a company saying we are here.
It's only on here forever, and it is our first show we've ever done.
We got to New York and we're able to say, okay, this is who we are.
Everything that we had worked for the last 2 years, from the inception of Lucien to the dream of performing and bringing a show to New York.
And New York City, here we come. When we originally made it and were ramping up to the Boston shows, there was a lot of anxiety about what other people were going to contribute and what I was going to contribute, and if it felt right in that space with these people and who I could trust and all of that. And by the time we got to New York and we had spent this time together, about 1.5 years, and we'd put up the show already and we knew we had a show, that anxiety almost was completely gone because I had a complete trust in my company.
I think it was like the second weekend, and I just stopped for a moment. I was like, whoa, I'm acting in New York.
I was brand new to Lucien, like literally the month before. So that was kind of crazy. That was a whirlwind for me.
I would say it got pretty hectic at times.
It really felt like I was like a NASCAR driver, and I'd really been pushed into like third gear to a point where I was just like I was just free.
Everything was moving really fast during the New York chapter, during the New York leg of our experience.
I remember getting a video from my good friend Sage, and it was from Sage and Sam, and they were early morning. It was like 6 a.m. and they were like, "We are on our way to go see Lucien's Romeo and Juliet. It is this time in the morning, and we're at the bus stop." Yeah, they were just so excited to come see our show, and it was such a sweet moment to receive that message. And there were so many messages like it. Yeah, we made something really special.
It's a really beautiful day. Is it on the schedule or something?
I don't know. It doesn't say on the schedule, it just says Montclair on the schedule. Forwarded.
They're all being used.
I don't know.
What are we looking for?
The space that we're in. I don't think it's going to be one of the rooms. Well. Yes! Oh, thank God.
We were walking around for like 10 minutes trying to find.
Wait, did you call me? I'm sorry. Damn it. I texted you.
I should have just came here. This is the only place. I was going through all of the other studios and there was a bunch of dance people.
You were in Life Aldo?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, you made it. We're doing this.
Okay, cool. Honestly, don't love the way it looked. Looks like because you stay in the center for that long, which is fine, and I think it's great. I think the better thing on like patience per force or turning on I will withdraw is better.
I will withdraw.
Coming into the New York rehearsals after Boston, there was this sense of collective achievement that drove us forward towards like an even bigger goal.
And it was so nice to see how the show evolved from Boston to New York. It felt like we really got the rehearsal time in front of audiences that we needed. So it was really becoming something very concrete, but also fresh and new each show.
In Boston, Romeo and Juliet was marketed as an exploratory lab. And as we transitioned into New York, the lab that kind of had exploded everywhere was slowly synthesized. And it was just about making things sharper and tighter and clearer for the story, and like what really resonated with audiences, what really resonates with us in this story, and how can we deliver a clear as possible version of that to our New York City audiences from what we learned in Boston.
We knew that New York was coming, but we didn't have a plan.
A big part of it was our first theater in New York City was a proscenium theater, so it was just a box of a stage facing forward to an audience, looking forward onto it. Whereas in Boston, it was an alleyway theater, so there was audience on both sides, and it was like a strip of stage. So we had to reblock everything to fit into this little like box this way.
Oh, we changed everything. Oh, the New York leg of Romeo and Juliet was completely 180, flipped around, turned up, upside down, different than the Boston leg.
It was I think New York was also quite reductive. It felt like we did more with the ladders and the crates but it felt like we were actually streamlining our show in a way. We took out the element of the prince being a separate entity. We cut Montague. I'm pretty sure we reduced the lines for the Apostazar and Friar John. The ending got really reduced in terms of language. We implemented the intermission. We streamlined the show, funny enough. I think visually, it looked like more.
Like there were some things that we were kind of like seedlings in Boston that we were interested in, and we really crystallized them for New York of like what this means. I would say probably the two biggest ones for me were the solidifying of the theme of fruit and how fruit and decay and sweetness and all of the things that have to do with that specific food source became a huge thing for a New York production. Like August and September, we really took time to be like, okay, like, what is fruit? What about this? Andrew went to the grocery store and like on a break and like got raspberries and strawberries and beets and all this red fruit so we could like play with how it looked like blood. And one of my favorite moments of how fruit finally ended was in the tomb when we spilled all it out, and then there's just like dead people and dead decaying fruit, and the flies come back, and it's just I think it's a great symbol for like that we as humans are from nature, and we shouldn't forget that. And just like fruit, we can decay and things like that.
And with the New York run, it was pretty palpable the first day we got into rehearsal, the first couple days when we were rehearsing at Playwrights, and there was a different step up that we took.
I felt this immediate like sort of darkness and seriousness that was like New York. Like you're now doing New York theater, you know. It does feel like we're entering into the big leagues, you know. Like it's just an endless ocean of opportunity and also ways to drown.
I think, yeah, it was during one of our shows in Boston. You know, Romeo, it was Andrew, Sofu, and Heschel were still all on stage, like doing the scene before the ball, and all of us, the rest of us, were like hiding in this little alcove to like run out. And we were literally, before we going on, we were like, guys, New York is going to be so much more expensive. Like we were literally like having a pre-production meeting in the middle of a show, which was like super fun and funny. But I just remember Chris being like, we're not going to find a space like this in New York.
I spent a lot of time barking, which is like handing out flyers and asking people to come to the show. And me and LJ and sometimes some other people, we'd go on a train car, walk down the train car and say to each person, are you interested in Shakespeare? We are a young devising company. We made it ourselves. And then we'd hand them a flyer, and a lot of people were actually interested, but many people ignored us or like didn't look friendly at all or didn't want it. And at first that was very scary, but then it became so fun. It was like addicting. And so we'd like go through one train car and then get off and go through another train car.
Yeah. Our fundraising efforts were really awesome, and it's something I'm proud of. And really grateful for everyone who decided they wanted to support our project.
And it was daunting because now we just had to essentially be like, okay, well, you got the money. We think people were like, you're worthy of it. Show me what you got.
If you have a thing you want to happen, or you have a problem or something, you can fix it. You can do something about it. Like build the set piece you want out of wood that you find. It doesn't have to be through some like infrastructure, some like organization already that approves on you, and you don't need some authority to approve you to do it. You can just get things done. But what you do need is a community of people, and the biggest and best way to get things done that you want to get done that are hard is to find the people that have the skills you don't. And organize the people to like fill in those spaces, because you just need those pushes in those areas for you to shine the most in your own. Nothing can stop us if we are together as a community, if we are directly just getting what we need to be done as a group and as a circle, and that a circle rises faster and better than an individual.
So we're doing a stumble through, a crazy stumble through, without our Romeo and without our Juliet. We have wonderful swings. We've also never done it full out in the proscenium shape. We have about 15 people coming in. I don't know.
Could be a lot of people. Who knows?
So I found out about this today. I haven't been really reading the group chat. I mean, like, I guess I have. I have fingerless gloves and a dream, and most of my lines memorized. We've already done the show. I think I'm just gonna wing it and then see what happens. People seem more confident than I, but I'm operating on some delusion and caffeine, so I'll give it my best shot. Go like that. Mm-hmm. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Like, let me just check on. Hold on. Okay, this isn't plugged in. You good, Chris? You good? Yeah. Word. Chris is good. I checked. You good? Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Heschel.
Honestly, if we want to
Are you okay? Are you good?
Yes?
Good. Awesome. Andrew, you good? Awesome. Cool. No, I'm just checking. Everyone, I'm just checking.
What's this? What's this?
Oh my god, did you see that?
Wait, the ring.
Oh
my god! Touch her! Get the ring!
That is not she.
And then we'll lower her together. Relax your shoulders first, and then move on to our elbows. All at the same time. She knows what her face is. She knows what's going on.
Hello, and welcome to the second weekend and closing performance of Lucien Theater Company's New York City debut.
Two households.
On my word, will not carry coal.
No, for then we should be colliers.
I mean, and we be callers who draw.
Aye, while you live, draw your neck out of collar.
I strike, quickly being moved, but thou art not quickly moved to strike. A dog of the house of Montague moves me. To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand.
Just wanna
Move, thou runnest away.
hold you.
Shall move me to stand, I will take the ball of any man or maid.
I just wanna look into your eyes, shine on it. I just wanna know you. I just wanna listen to you breathe your heartbeat. I just need to breathe you. I just need to see you. Let me open your arms. Let me open your arms. Oh.
For ne'er was there a story of more woe than that of Juliet and her Romeo.
I got like these chills at the beginning of the show. We all come out and we all start the show on stage, but we're like in this frozen tableau. And Alice does the pre-show announcement, and this just roar of applause would not stop. And I just like, it's so wonderful. It was, it was just so, like, it took a year to get that.
I'm still having chills about it. No, I'm still having chills about it because of today. It just felt so heavy. Someone in the audience was saying something, talking to me, and I was like, it felt like something took over the play today. And yeah.
It's not just that we are proving that a democratic process can make an equal standing production of Romeo and Juliet. The production of Romeo and Juliet that we put on was gifted our hearts and all of our voices by us jumping into a process like this, where I do believe that, kind of like Linklater training, where you remove the societal hesitations and the stops to your own voice, and by putting all the nonsense away, you find truth. And I think that through this, we've been able to find each one of our truths, and I really loved with all you guys saying, no, I think that we do know. We do know what we want to see on stage.
Because so much of art becomes outdated because of the people that sort of back up, you know, these great texts, especially with Shakespeare and, you know, Chekhov and whatnot. But it really is the people behind those stories that really transform it to be relevant to these audiences, to be able to bring the local guy at the deli to be able to watch the show and actually get something out of it.
People were very surprised that a group of people could come together and actually land on something and like agree and figure out stuff. Like a lot of people I talked to were just so impressed that like the moments were so specific with how many people had a hand in them.
Right.
And I think the other function of our show is, if it is those things, it's proof that people can come together in a room and make decisions and agree together and just do it.
Is Lucien out for the season?
Lucien might be out.
Wait, can we do a...
Yes.
Can we stay tuned for what's next?
Yes.
Stay